This is the first question.
Hoe voelt het als je dood bent?
How does it feel when you are dead?
The question is, after you die, do you still have feelings, right? How do you feel when you have died, right? This is a very good, deep question. Suppose you ask the cloud that is floating in the sky the same question. My dear little cloud, I know you will die someday. You will not be a cloud anymore. So what is your feeling now? And what is feeling after you die? After you die, do you have any feeling? We ask the cloud. And if we listen carefully, we may hear an answer. Do you think that a cloud is afraid of dying? You are there floating in the sky, but you know that one day you will have to disappear. You have to die. The same thing is true with a man or a woman. This is a question not by a child but by a philosopher. And if the cloud knows how to practice meditation, who knows? The cloud will find out that it can never die. It can never die. Because to die means you become nothing. From something you become nothing. That's what we mean by dying. You are there and suddenly you are no longer there. That's to die. But is it possible for a cloud to die? Is it possible for a cloud to become nothing? No. A cloud can become rain or snow or ice or fog, but a cloud can never be nothing. So the human being is like that too. It looks like we die, but in fact we cannot die. We continue always, not in this form, but in other forms. Can you see that? In fact, there are many clouds in us. Every day we drink a lot of cloud. Here is a cloud. I am drinking a cloud. So 70% of my body is cloud. And if the cloud does not die, I will not die. I continue always. So when you are a cloud, you feel as a cloud. But when you are no longer a cloud, you can be the rain, and you feel as a rain. So there will be feeling also after the cloud become the rain, and after the dissolution of this body, You don't feel with this body, but you feel with other bodies that follow. Remember, it's impossible for something to die. That is the teaching of the Buddha. And not only the Buddha, many scientists have seen that. There is a French scientist who say, nothing is born, nothing dies. His name is Lavoisier, Laurent Lavoisier. Rien ne se crée, rien ne se perd. It means nothing is born, nothing dies. Because that is applied to the cloud. The cloud has not been born. Because in our mind we think to be born means from nothing you suddenly become something. But the cloud has not come from nothing. Before it was a cloud, it had been something else, like the water in the ocean, the heat generated by the sun. So before it was a cloud, it had been something else. It has not come from nothing. Therefore, we know that it's impossible for a cloud to be born. It's impossible for the cloud to die. And a human being is like that. You have not come from nothing. The moment when you were born, you had been already there. Before your mother conceived you in her womb, you did exist, half in your father and half in your mother. And the half in your father beat the half of your mother and become a little you, very tiny. So the moment of conception is not the beginning. There is no beginning. There is no end. So your nature is like the nature of the cloud. No birth and no death. Don't worry. And meditation helps us to see the nature of no birth and no death and remove the fear of dying, the fear of non-being. And this is a very deep teaching of the Buddha. And when you grow up, you continue to meditate, and when you touch the truth of no birth and no death, and you no longer have fear. And scientists have already discovered the same truth. This morning there was a question in the bell. What do you think about the Big Bang? Big Bang is the beginning of the world. But in this teaching, in this practice, there is no beginning. If there is a big bang, and then there will be a big crunch. And this is a very interesting subject for meditation. So people invented the theory of the Big Bang because they feel the need of explaining how the world begins. But if they touch the truth of no beginning, no ending, they don't need to create a theory like that in order to explain. Because if you think there is a Big Bang, you have to believe in the Big Crunch. And you violate the law of the first law of thermodynamics. You violate the law. Nothing is born, nothing dies. Yeah, we have to continue to meditate on this subject, which is very deep. So my question is that there is a feeling when you are a cloud. There will be feeling when you become the rain. There is feeling when we have this body. There will be feelings after you take up other bodies. Okay? What a question.